Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about Halloween and how it is celebrated in Italy. I will also teach you some useful words in Italian related to this celebration. So I must say I really like Halloween, but unfortunately it was not very popular in Italy when I was a child. For example, my parents never celebrated it when they were young, as it was not well known here at the time. Then, especially due to movies and TV series, Halloween also made its way to Italy. And I think I was around 8 years old when I celebrated it for the first time with my sisters and cousins. I remember wearing a witch costume. We also carved a pumpkin lantern because we really wanted to celebrate it properly and be like those children we saw in movies. So we went trick or treating and we knocked on some doors, but most people were already sleeping at 8 p.m. Those who opened the door didn't even know what we were doing. So we had to explain what Halloween was, the meaning of trick or treat. In Italian, we say dolcetto o scherzetto. Dolcetto is treat and scherzetto is trick. So there were no decorations around, and people didn't have many sweets for us. So we mostly got some of those chocolates filled with liquor, which weren't really child friendly. So it wasn't really a celebration, but we had fun anyway. And after that, I don't remember going trick or treating again. We simply used to watch some Halloween themed or horror movies. Today, Halloween is very well known, so there are even some events in Italy, and children do celebrate now, but you don't see many decorations around. In the street where I live, there are many children, but houses are not decorated. And I personally celebrated it again while I was in England for my Erasmus. We wore some costumes, again, a witch costume. We went to a party. Now I usually just watch a movie somehow related to Halloween or just a horror movie. Now let's move on to some useful words in Italian related to this celebration. First of all, let's talk about the word Halloween. Italians don't usually pronounce it with the H sound at the beginning. As in Italian, the H is silent, so this word is commonly pronounced Halloween or Halloween. In both versions, the H is silent, but the stress is either on the first or on the last syllable. I usually say Halloween, so with the stress on the first syllable, but the second option, with the stress on the last syllable, is closer to the original English pronunciation. Spiderweb, spider is ragno, web is tela, so together we have ragnatela. These two letters together, GN, must be pronounced as nye, as in lasagna. For those of you who speak Spanish, it's the same sound you have with the ñ. Pumpkin is zucca. In Italian, it is very important to pronounce double letters properly, since words can have almost the same spelling except for a double letter, and the meaning can be very different if you misspell them. So in this case, for example, we say zucca and not zucca. Black cat is another common Halloween element, and in Italian it's called gatto nero. Gatto means cat, and nero means black. Bat is pipistrello, which is quite a long and funny word. Ghost is fantasma, and skull is teschio. C and H together are pronounced k, as if there was a K there. So it's not pronounced teschio with the ch sound, but teschio. Now, let's move on to some common Halloween costumes, which are also popular here in Italy. Werewolf is lupo mannaro. So as you add were before any animal, you can do the same adding mannaro after an animal in Italian. So a were-rabbit is a coniglio mannaro, for example. Witch, this is a very common costume, it's called strega. Vampire is vampiro, very similar. Then we have zombie. We use the same spelling, but we pronounce it zombie, very Italian pronunciation. And then we have mummy, which is mummia, also very, very similar pronunciation and spelling. The last one is scheletro, which means skeleton. Again, you can see the C and H together are pronounced as a K. So from skeleton to scheletro in Italian. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Ciao ciao!